Call your motherfucking jets, mile high up next. Pizza boy to get it done, I'll say that with my chest. Birds chirping, mermaids lurking in the sand. Man, them bottles falling short, so I'm keeping busy hands. I keep my hand up on my piece in case I gotta let it speak. Ain't no safety on the stick, you bout to duck a fucking tree. I pack the lumber, two's the number. I fuck your shit up, call a plumber. I'ma be here for a while, this ain't no fling just for the vacation. I'm bag chasing, man, they big mad. You want that Happy Meal shit, I want that Big Mac. The LX, the double R, look like dessert. The elbow so smooth, you would think you off the scissor, man. All this fire making my...
What are the drums? Like, did you chop it up? Is it a splice sample
yeah,
looping on its own?
It's one splice sample. It's actually, I mean, it's the drum splice sample and then the boom, ba-doom, ba-doom. It's it. That's it.
What
That's
about the fills? Is that a different sample?
No. Yeah, I just chopped it a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, that was why this one was just a demo. No, it was too simple.
What mic did you use?
Probably this one that I'm on now.
SM.
On Flanders, I'm camping. Right on Reservoir Road, try to catch me, you napping. You got that rancid flow, bro. No clothes and no hoes. Got no agua in your vase, therefore you don't grow. Yo, so put me in the ring, one Mac and one B. I'ma knock it out the park, out the boxing in the streets. Man, I never had to kill for the tote, for OGs. Man, this one is for the G's. On that 9 to 5 squeeze, screaming please. I'm getting scrappy for this cheese. Yeah, your boy a fucking rap, but I won't ever say a thing. Only faithful to the pepper. I'm a Fruity Loop stepper. Bypass the bad honeys just to make my beats better. I be cruising Rio 3 with that shit to move your feet. Where he make it out the hood. Sugar, honey, I see, man, I bet he fucking would.
Trying to get lined up.
Cruising Rio 3 with that shit to move your feet. I be cruising Rio 3 with that shit to move your feet. I be cruising Rio 3 with that shit to move your feet.
Did you have the beat or the lyrics first?
The beat. I definitely had the beat. I don't think I have really any songs that I write lyrics first and then.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, New Boy technically off this album
I remember
because
that.
it was a different. So the second, like the beat switch on that one, that was the first initial beat, and it was supposed to be all that one and much chiller.
Okay.
And then I just had that beat, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool.
Keep calm, he's armed, but not with Mac 10s.
Remind me of the timeline. Was this like before you had most of Dream State done or after? I just don't remember.
It's like, I think this was track 10. This was supposed to be the last one. I think there's like 14 on this one. I was calling it, it was supposed to be like 8 or 9 tracks at first. And then I added Taliban and a couple other ones, like Presence. So it was pretty early.
The idea, your plan was always to use that demo to do something with live musicians?
No, at first it was just like, I don't know, that's how I always make songs, and I thought it was a good song. I just planned on redoing the vocals.
When did that change come up?
You. Because, like, I didn't have any idea, like, we were organizing that kind of thing. You were just like, hey, come over, let's record this. And, like, I knew you guys were working on some sort of live stuff, but I had no idea what the fuck was going on with it. And, like, I came over and you guys had all that shit planned out. So it was like a surprise to me.
We did kind of
keep it a secret.
Yeah. Like, would you say you knew enough that it wasn't like a surprise on the level of like, hey, come over and do 303 vocals today? Like you had been, I think I remember you sending me some videos of you like practicing the live flow of it and stuff a little bit. You knew it was coming, but you didn't know how much the guys had worked on it.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be its own. Like I imagined you just got some people to play the samples how they were, and it was so much more than just the samples. Like there's so much cool shit going on.
I didn't know that was going to happen either, to be honest. I couldn't tell you what I was expecting when I set up alone with either Mark or Luke here or at Mark's place with his Rhodes with this demo and just worked out parts, something that sounded cool with this, and it really did become its own thing to the point where even putting the sample in with the live thing doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
But it's still distinctly the same tune, which is really cool.
Yeah, for me, I had a hard time recording that verse, especially with all the other live instruments, because they added so much more to it, and I had that less is more kind of like flow, but like it wasn't right. It never sat right. I remember like that's why I didn't like your guys' version of the mix, just because my vocals didn't seem right.
I remember even in the session, sorry for interrupting, but in the session I remember not actually taking a moment to rectify this and regretting it in the moment, but in hindsight not regretting it now that I look back. You were mentioning that it's speeding up, because we started with the sample at the
Yeah.
and that's pretty slow compared to
Birds chirping, mermaids lurking in the
that's where
salmon.
we
Yeah.
end up, and it definitely, it had to, because we were starting at that tempo. It was speeding, and you were feeling that, but the band was feeling that was where it was locking in, and you hadn't been practicing at that speed. You had no clue that's what we were doing. It must have been a little bit of a shock.
Yeah, dude, it was scary. I was like, oh no, this isn't gonna come out the way I thought it would. Like, I'm slacking here.
So that's the demo, and if I remember correctly, how we moved forward with it, beyond not really telling you anything at all besides practice doing it without overdubbing, was... Luke, do you remember? How much did you do on your own? How much of that part was written at your place in your head versus over here with the track in your ears?
Honestly, I was thinking about it. I don't know. I wish we had we have really early video of the sessions.
Yeah.
Because
I have, and I remember how it happened over here. I just was curious if you remembered how much time you spent on it. And that's fine if you don't.
whatever, whether we had the demo or whatever, was our track that we were playing to at the time, I just went home and tried to feel out some kind of Pino Palladino, just comp and vamp over it and funky and bassy. Just
It's such a cool bass line though too, because it's not you have some fast cool rhythms in there, but at the same time my favorite part is when you just let that boom boom boom,
yeah,
and you just let it sit there that little boom.
And I'm so glad I had Zach's bass for that.
Oh my gosh.
That was my biggest issue with this song, is I was like, it needs a bass.
Yeah.
I don't know how to write bass lines like that, and that's the first time I was like, oh, we need some sort of live instruments.
Yeah.
But that's all I thought it was going to be. I just expected a couple quarter notes here and there.
I listened to the bass line after the fact, a couple months ago, and yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised still with especially I feel like it's a solid enough or consistent enough bass line to where I can go back and relearn it and play it from. It's not just
that's huge.
And there weren't any, I remember when we were still demoing it, figuring out what the parts were going to be. There was some sloppy parts where I just missed a fill or didn't know how to play the fill in the moment. And I'm glad that it was consistent enough that I can sort of go back and relearn it and fucking play it as a solid part.
Did you write that down at all?
No, No, I think when we did the take that we used, it just kind of fell into my lap, and I managed somehow, by the grace of God, not to like fuck up too bad. And yeah,
that take is crazy.
It's a really good take.
That's why I like listening to like the first because you didn't send me the first demo of the live version you guys had until until after we recorded. But then like I remember hearing all the fills and being like, oh, that's weird.
It's I almost prefer it, but in context with the vocals, the final bass part is fully realized.
Right.
The keys on that version are my
God.
favorite part.
Mark spent so much time on it. We did so much with that. It's all him. I didn't. Nothing.
no like sound crafting. That was all Mark.
Yeah. It was all Mark and Key Station.
Yes.
Maybe I helped with the piano overdubs a little bit, but
Well, and there's some in that instrumental where he does some live piano stuff.
yeah.
And we recorded that over here. I think the first time that we did it, and I think it slid into the final.
No, we
It didn't?
re-recorded.
Okay.
Remember, you convinced me to have
Yeah.
him back over to redo it.
I
and we ended up doing something
I
much
fell
cooler,
in
too.
love with that piano part. It's so cool. We
it's good.
recorded it on like iPhone or something.
No, it was
The original?
the PM2s on the back of the piano. It was out in the middle of the room, just on the back on the board, like in the center,
Yeah.
just loosely placed. I think I was even moving one of them around during the take that we ended up using, but
Yeah.
just Wolf compressor, EQ out the bottom end, use the wow on Wolf compressor and call it a day.
Yeah. Sounds super lo-fi and sits really well in that instrumental.
Yeah, but I remember that process was using I used MOISES.AI stem ripper on this demo, the demo we just listened to pull out the drums. And we were just using that because Parker was still practicing. I hadn't gotten him over yet. I think for a while I hadn't even talked to him.
Yeah, he wasn't even part of the conversation because at first it was just Mark and Luke, and we were like, we'll figure out the drums at a different time.
Because I knew Parker would just show up with it done.
Yeah.
So if not even like overly done, and we would need to work it back down sort of thing.
That's how it was. He sat down in that seat and he rocked it.
Yeah, it was nailed
it was
the
there.
first
Yeah.
But at that point, we did have a demo recorded with the AI stem rip of the splice sample drums and a chopped up Luke bass. I remember we did God knows how many takes, just cutting that bass line, working on those fills, working on those parts. And I remember I ended up chopping it to make a God take. And I did the same thing for Mark. We didn't get any overdubs for you there. I know we did guitar for the final. But Mark did Keyscape Rhodes and the upright piano that was not tuned yet. And those were all recorded separately. And then we got Parker over, just me and him, and recorded that separately. And I put all those together, chopping things up. I also chopped Parker up too, some of his fills and things.
Can we take a listen to that instrumental?
I love how it just starts to come out.
Yeah.
It just starts to emerge.
Bassline takes melody.
Yeah. Oh, that feels sick.
I'm going to be real with you. When we first started doing 303 Live here down in the basement, I was talking with Adam how much I liked it just starting super simple and how you were just kind of figuring it out in your head for the instrumental.
Mm-hmm.
But here for actual 303 Live, I've gotten to sit with it and like you just starting super strong It's what it needed. But
I
that's what
remember
I
that was
really liked
something-
about this instrumental is that you start and you can hear the gears turning in your head, how you're thinking, and you're doing a little bit more quarter note stuff, and then it clicks, and you're just like there.
It just takes off.
It's so cool. But I really do like how 303 Live turned out.
I remember that happened naturally in the individual part recording demoing process. Just kind of starting, press record, first thing comes in, we're just going to play, like, what's the root? Let's just start there. And then listening back to it was like, oh, that might be the part as it slowly starts to evolve and the vocals get more intricate there. There's
Yeah.
less space in the vocals. It just kind of made sense. I remember that. And then at some point we had like the form down for it, and it really just, like you said, came down to getting those fills and moments down
Yeah.
and the beginning, middle, and end of each of them. And that's, if you're a musician, you know how tricky of a thing that is.
Definitely.
I think you got it very well here.
Well, I remember you also being like, you were very good at being a director in that and saying like, let it, like at the beginning of the song, less fills, like let the energy into the end of the song build. Like for this section before the first drum break, let it like rest a little bit, and then afterwards bring in that other fill that you were doing.
Yes.
To add that complexity as the song, moves on.
I appreciate you being receptive of things like that. I'm sure back in the day I was not as clear as I should have been as well.
No, it made complete sense.
Okay. So, hang on. This is something I didn't even really talk to you about. This little write-up I did for this. So this next part, what I'm kind of on the fence about, is that true? Is it? Because here's
Like
why.
a true bonus track.
Was it meant to be that way? And the only reason I said that is because I
Because
feel like the album ends.
Yeah. It was.
Thank you for flying Dream State Airlines. Please be sure to enjoy the ground while you're here. Take your belongings and get the fuck off my plane. I have shit to do. Goodbye.
And then I have Blex in the queue, of course, but it jumps to that next, which to me, in timeline album track list fashion, feels like a bonus track. What was that to you?
I guess technically for me, like it felt like a bonus track, but it was more that was supposed to tie off the album, and this was supposed to be just like some element of finality, because that one felt good and it felt like it tied off the story. But
Yeah.
I wanted to. That was like the teaser at the end of the credits. It was more of me saying like, this era ended.
Yes.
Here's where I would like to go.
Yeah.
And I try to do that with my album, like show the progression. That's why, like, naturally, it's like all the older songs are at the beginning and all
Yes.
the newer songs are at the end.
Okay.
And so it's this natural progression and with the exception of the 303 track being kind of like that one was supposed to be like track 10, like I said, because it was only supposed to be 10 tracks long initially. But I knew it needed 5. Yeah, I guess it would be a bonus track because I always wanted 15. That was my number. I was like, if I could do 5 more, that'd be sick. And 16 sounded like a weird number, so.
Fair. I like it. Let's take a listen. This is the live band, everyone in the room, all together, but Andrew's live vocals muted and re-recorded at home with backgrounds and overdubs.
Call your motherfucking jets, mine high up next. A pizza boy to get it done, I say that with my chest, bitch. Birds chirping, mermaids lurking in the salmon. Them bottles falling short, so I'm keeping busy hands. I keep my
We might need the context of the other version of the live one that me and Adam mixed, but what made you want to re-record those vocals?
I just didn't like my delivery. It was like
Why?
we said before. I didn't practice it that way, and I could hear it. Like now, when I listen to it, like I was a little too close to it for a while, and I just kept hearing it. I was like, oh, I could do these so much better. And that was the first time ever recording vocals live with a band.
Sure.
And so it was like, it was a little bit of a shock, but after just listening to it, it seemed like I was trying very hard, and I wanted the flow to come out very effortlessly. And there was a lot of things that I hit in this one that I felt like the way I come into the verse sounds good. It doesn't sound like I'm barking it too much and running out of breath. It seems like I have control over it. And there was just some element of, what's the word for it? It felt like an amateur verse to me. Like I knew I could have recorded it better, and I knew I wasn't going to have that chance again. And then once I did record it with those over it, I was like, oh, yeah, like this is it.
Yeah, I'm glad that you got what you wanted in Manifesto, because what we wanted was in the room that day.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, as much as you think you were close to it, I think it ended up really well. And me and Adam were like super happy with that performance.
I've said it a couple times, but you pretty much did what I had been imagining you doing, and then a little bit better. I had no gripes about the vocal performance other than the fact that you could hear the cymbals in the background a little bit.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah, now that I listen to it, that I've given myself some space on this one, like I remember listening to it with you the other day when I was down here like a month ago or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, this actually isn't that bad. Like it sounds pretty similar, and it's just like, I don't know, maybe I was a little too close to that version for a while and it just got old to me, but I don't know.
Well, and I think the titles of each of the songs kind of sit as an example to what you were looking for out of each of those. 303 Live was first time in the room. It was probably the fifth or sixth take that we had, but
4.
It was 4, but it just all fell into place, and it was live. It was supposed to be something that was, we're going to capture lightning in a bottle for that moment. And Manifesto got to be something where you took it aside and you got to work on it on your own.
It was like a lot of the songs on Dream State, the version inside your head, right? And you mixed it to sound the way you wanted and mastered it to sound the way you wanted and put it where you wanted on the record and released it the way you wanted. When I stepped the back from that for a second and everything I wanted and hoped and dreamed about for everything, I'm so glad that got to happen.
Good. I'm glad.
Beyond that, I'm glad you've also agreed to give the viewers a chance to see the other options, because this song has come so far since that demo. There's so many different interesting little things. And before we play this, I want to play something that's probably not going to get released. Another instrumental demo.
Adam, how many, in an estimation, how many versions of this song do you think you have on your hard drive between mixes and masters and
Hundreds?
Yeah. It's been an earworm. It's been in our brain a lot. There's at least 2 or 3 remasters. I have the song on vinyl. I have the song on cassette. So there's multiple versions in different spaces there.
Could I get a copy of the vinyl? I know that's not like you
the
guys
the
aren't
vinyl
probably doing that yet, but
it's like print on demand or something.
Yeah,
like that.
we just did one.
Yeah.
We can do another if other people want one. We can do more. That was just something we hadn't talked to everyone about yet. We wanted to get the one and see how it sounded. It was fantastic, wasn't it?
It sounds great. The only qualm I have about it is it's very flat and it doesn't have that like raised edge. So when you're dropping a needle, it
can fall off.
Yeah, it doesn't really sit that well. But the company did a great job with it. And what we have is a test pressing that Andrew drew all over, and it looks awesome. And what we want to do for you guys or anyone that's interested is we'll hopefully get like a printed copy of a printed cover with the 303 demo on there for anyone that worked on it, anybody that wants one.
Anyone that wants to buy one
We'll do a bulk order.
for money.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is one of the coolest projects I've actually been able to be a part of, and I thought it was cool that it was just as much of your guys' project that it was mine. And I brought you guys an idea, and you were the ones who really like brought it to life and made it what it was today. Because like I wouldn't have that song and appreciate that song as much as, you know, like if you guys weren't on it, like it'd just be another song to me. But now this is like, I know this is something, and like I just want to make sure I extend my gratitude to all of you guys, and like Mark especially, and Parker.
Thank
even
you.
though they're not here.
Thank you, Luke. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Parker. And thanks for writing a cool song. And thank you, Splice. Thank you for letting us try to do something like this and giving us the opportunity to not have anything at all. You know, I could have never given you the call for that session. I could have just kept it a secret so well that and nobody had a part and it just never became anything and you just moved on to new music, I probably could have pulled that off. And we're here now, like about ready to drop everything. It's really exciting. And I want to play a little bit of this.
Blow up.
Andrew, you're up.
Yeah.
We're back. And we're back with Zachary Allyn. So, Zach.
What's up? What's up?
So, Zach. I have
Zach.
Can you read that?
Yeah.
Wait, who has a radio voice?
You are listening to the original live take. We lost the footage from the camera you see filming Andrew, but I promise this is the real original live vocal take that was recorded live in the room with the band. Overdubs, Luke Sappwood, Stereo Strat, LP, Lap Steel.
What's LP, Luke?
Trick question.
Les Paul.
Les Paul.
Yeah, we did some of those guitar twinkles on your Mex Strat and some on your Silver LP.
Silver top. Okay.
Mark did the piano from the other room. Mark also, on the left side, he was kind of playing low notes, almost doubling your bass part, or kind of doing his own bass line that was similar to yours, doing licks around his left-hand key part that was in the live room. Very interesting part in that hard pan left Rhodes, if you can key into that. It's not very loud in the mix. And then opposite side of that is a right-hand twinkle Rhodes overdub. Same thing, tiny chords, little lines, stuff like that. And then I guess finally, a bonus of having you not like the vocal take here and going home to record more. I was fortunate enough to have you send me
The ad-libs.
that take and the ad-libs separately, and of course you recorded over this here, so those ad-libs can just be dumped in. I did remix them a little bit. I cut out some of the low end, boosted some of the high end, probably some Wolf compressor, you know how it goes. I remember taking quite a lot of them out, bringing up some specific moments, because I did want it loud and full, very present, competitive with your mix, if anything. Very present. The bass is very big. I felt in your mix, keys may have been lacking a little bit, and I wasn't a fan of the vocal take you did. And that's just me personally. I really liked this one. And I think we should listen and let the people decide.
Yeah,
What were you thinking right then?
That is a
Probably.
good question.
Probably don't say anything, because I was probably gonna say, "Oh fuck yeah,"
Yeah.
before, and then I was like, "Don't say anything until I know this recording's cut off."
Yeah, let it fade out.
Yeah, yeah.
Does anyone need to leave right now? Should we keep hanging out and listening to stuff?
I'm chilling.
We're chilling.
Is there something new you could play for us?
Oh yeah.
Did you send it to me so I could play it on the
I got
headphones?
you. I have one I did with Blex. Excuse me, I forgot. We're recording. Oh, actually, don't play the one I just sent you. I'm
Okay.
sending you a different one. Yeah, I'll play you the one that has an open verse. But this one's about the echo, so.
There's salt on the roads, it's cold in these streets. Letting the 808s clip on my beats. Spar with my flow, leave you all in defeat. Leave you with roses, I call it my yeah. Leave you with roses, I call it my heat. Eating these bitches like Bon Appetit. I'm balling on foes and I'm calling my fees, yeah. I'm balling on hoes and I'm calling my fees. Mixing my flows and I'm calling my team. Got double M's on the front of my teeth. I'm chilling with Beta, last he is a 3. You gotta be dumb to be fucking with me. Bitch, I'm awake at 2:45. Mixing the vocals, I'm cooking the beats. Took her to coach, buy whatever she needs. I'm doing it all with the studio fees. I'm doing it all with the studio fees. I caught me some golf and I caught me some cream. I got me some markers, I tear up the scene. I pulled up in Lexus, I'm living the dream. Go get 'em. Too fucked up when I pull up in a Lex. Drop my top when I'm about to hit a set. D&D when I get my checks.
The melodies are so good.
Eyes on me when I hit blue checks. I don't freeze when I get no threats. Never faze me, never faze me. Eyes on me when I hit my set. I'm too fucked up when I hit my shows. Gotta sober up, let me hit my flow. Just pulled up in the Lex, I know. Hey, hey, do it for the echo. Too fucked up when I hit my shows. Gotta sober up, let me hit my flow. Just pulled up in the Lex, I know. Hey, hey, do it for the echo.
Yeah, that one was a lot of fun. I just had that was a beat for somebody else.
Okay.
This Philly rapper I know, and I was gonna send it over to her, and I was like, you know what, this needs a verse right here. And I love that hook. I thought the hook was cool, but I like all the work I did with just my little interjections with my ad libs, and I'm like, go get 'em, and that was very Prof inspired because I've been listening to him a lot.
Yes. Shout out Prof.